Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I'm Anaam. Today let's talk about appreciation. Now, personally, for me, appreciation has proved to be the most powerful force that I have worked with. It just trumps everything else by far. And so I personally swear by it. Not because it's a spiritual thing or this and that, but because I have taken about 20 years, perhaps a little bit less, say 15 years. Started with gratitude, moved into appreciation. And I've verified relentlessly, applying it day in, day out. And I have verified its efficacy, its usefulness in actual living. So appreciation, we will assume that you as a seeker are at a point, let's just assume that you're at a point where appreciation makes sense to you, has a value for you, and you have been applying it for a while. So what does the journey of appreciation look like? It's a journey, and it's going to be a work in progress till the day you die. Okay, and even beyond. So there is no, it's quite, don't make the mistake of thinking that appreciation is some kind of end destination that you will get to. That's how, if you were to program a machine, that's how a machine would think. Artificial intelligence. So you don't have to mimic artificial intelligence. It is very easy to see that appreciation, there's no destination. It's an ongoing practice, right? Now, appreciation will have three sort of stages to it. And loosely, I suspect for each person, these stages may come in different ways, right? Depending even on gender. And by that I mean male and female. It may come in different combinations. But for the sake of the video, how commonly it starts. Eventually, after many respawns and lifetimes and figuring stuff out, and I am a seeker, and I am a this, and I am a that, and I am, you will read a spiritual book by a Buddhist monk, or the Dalai Lama's talks will be attended, Dalai Lama. Or you will go and get hugged by a fat woman in India. You do crazy things, right? You'll do yogas and mantras, and you have no idea. It's got nothing to do with you and your culture, but I've heard that it's spiritual to do so let's try that. You'll do all those things. And it will dawn upon you that there is so much that has been given to me. Beyond the boundary, the incredibly vast territory of my complaints, so much has been supplied to me, so much has been given to me throughout my life, and will continue to be given to me throughout my life, and it's none of my doing. It is the doing of that which has created everything. That which I am, right? That will dawn upon you one day. And at that point, appreciation as a thing to do will become valuable. It'll start here. It'll be in your mind. Appreciation is a good thing to do. The Bible says, or the preacher told us, or Anaam's video has mentioned appreciation and this and that. It'll all be a mental learning. Appreciation at that stage is at the level of self-education for that person. And you have to go through this stage. It's fantastic. Appreciation will be in your mind. Emotionally, you will still struggle with the upkeep and the residency of the vast territory of your complaints. Nothing is ever going to be good enough for you. Put you in heaven, you'll get bored in 5 minutes, right? That kind of thing. So appreciation will be a self-education at that point. It'll require willpower and discipline, and you'll have to keep remembering it. You don't have to remember to walk, do you? If you say, well, I'm just going to go get myself a cup of tea. You don't go, oh, well, wait, yeah, walking. So you put the left foot first and the right, or was it the right first and left? What did I practice all those years ago when I was a kid? You don't have to do any of that. You have to get to a point in that self-education stage where appreciation is being done out of good intentions and you want to create a habit out of it. Fantastic. Very, very good. Very essential. Because you can't get to the next stage, at least I think, you can't get to the next stage without going through this self-educatory stage first, self-indoctrination. You are now remembering to appreciate your car, and oh, thank you, saying a lot of thank yous. You're appreciating things. But it's a mind game. You still, it requires stamina and discipline, all the things that are in the territory of your mind. After a certain point, that habit of appreciation that you're trying to establish will tip over with enough relentless repetitions. It'll tip over into, we could say, your heart area. In other words, your feelings, rather than your good intentions and your spiritual good intentions, your feelings will start getting involved. You will genuinely feel the urge to appreciate coming out of nowhere within you. You won't have to, it won't be so much of a remembering game at that point. You're starting to become an appreciative person as is. It won't just be a matter of, I agree with the books I read, and I agree with the religions, and I agree with the preachers and the priests and the good people of this world that we should appreciate. It won't be a matter of following teachings because, you agree with them. It'll become a feeling-based momentum. That's a great place to be. A feeling-based momentum where you feel the appreciation just coming out of you towards many, all the things in life. And later on, you will even start in that. You will even get to a point, you need to get to a point, because hopefully you don't stop and quit. You need to get to a point where even the bad things in your life, the so-called bad things, wherever your victim was taking up headspace, the victim will be evicted forever, and you will rent out your headspace to the appreciation tenant instead. Which means wherever you were gonna be feeling like a victim in your life, that vast territory of complaints, your mansion of complaints, you will only feel appreciation for that. You will feel the appreciation. You'll go, yeah, I appreciate these challenges so much. They may be difficult, and challenges are difficult. There wouldn't be challenges otherwise, right? They are uncomfortable, they're difficult, and they are your best friends. You will genuinely appreciate them as the friends that they are, the lessons that they bring. Now, just this journey alone in a typical seeker, a typical luminosity's existence can take thousands and thousands of years. Let's just put it like that. Thousands and thousands, hundreds and thousands of respawns just to get to a place where the feeling appreciation is now alive. So don't get tricked by your tendency to consider yourself better than you really are and say, oh, no, I must already be there because I was feeling appreciation for the raise I got at work. Yeah, that's kind of under the getting laid, getting paid paradigm. That's more of a trade-off. Appreciating because you're profiting from a trade is a very, 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 very... We've moved on from that extremely basic mental appreciation level. We moved on from there now. We're going into the third stage of appreciation. Now here at this stage, this is for the rare gold. This is the diamonds. These are the seekers who did not stop. These are the seekers who will eventually... You don't find freedom. You merge into freedom. Okay? Freedom is already there. You merge into it. You don't go around finding freedom. Oh, well, freedom is some tourist resort in Hawaii that I shall one day get to. It's not like that. And I'm mentioning that because the amount of people I come across who think that way. Because humans have become basically digital machines now. Just the thinking, the way they feel, the way they... Even the way people walk now. The way people talk. Watch carefully, you will see. Just like machines, glitchy machines. In the third stage, true power unlocks. The true power of appreciation unlocks. By the third stage is where appreciation has impeccably done its job with you. In the third stage, the seeker starts realizing that you cannot chop silence into two. You cannot separate silence into two different things. The silence in that corner of the room is separate from the silence in this corner of the room. The silence over there is more spiritual silence than the silence over there. The silence in the church is more spiritual than the silence in the graveyard. And the appreciation then turns into a awareness, a cognition that nothing is separate. Nothing is actually by itself. Everything is a whole. It's one grand whole, including you. So the first and the second stage, there was a lot of me. I appreciate. I must remember to appreciate. And then I feel the appreciation. I, me. My appreciation ability. Me. Tons of me there. In the third stage, the I and the me have weakened so much that they are now negligible. They are not the functional units in your cognition. Me, I. The functional unit in your cognition is the inner silence, or the silence inside and outside and everywhere, out of which the spaciousness, out of which everything arises. At that point, your appreciation is gonna look very different. It will become very quiet. You won't be needing to prove to yourself that you are an appreciative person. It'll become a quiet radiation, almost indistinguishable from silence itself. You will realize that there is nothing to obviously appreciate, as in, oh, I appreciate this because this is the whole. Who is appreciating? Who's appreciating what? The whole is appreciating itself. This is there's no way to be precise in this stage 3 with words. It's a very subjective, spiritually charged state. And I want to tell you that it is possible to get there. You must get there. You must. You have to. Either today or tomorrow or 10,000, 10 million years later, whenever, you have to get there. So start with the habit, the mental habit of appreciation now. Start with that. Don't worry about achieving the achievement, the gold medals of the second and the third stage. Don't worry about that. Start basic. Humble yourself. Start very basic. Pare right back. And start with appreciating with your, you gotta clack your jaws, wag your tongue. This is not appreciation. You're doing nothing. You're doing fantasies, Disney fantasies up here. Talk. Give yourself physical life evidence that you're actually appreciating. So say thank you. Say it. I appreciate you. Money, I appreciate you so much. My friends, I appreciate you so much. Mother, father, I appreciate you. Car, appreciate you. Computer, phone, clothes, food. Now, you don't have to go around like a mad person saying it like that, but make sure either you're whispering or some physical evidence is happening. You could even just that. Now you know you have evidence. I have used my muscles. I know that I have appreciated something. Just that up here stuff, leave that for later on. Leave that for about 5 years later. So for now, find ways to not be crazy. You know, people thinking, what kind of mad person is this? Find ways in these starting stages to give physical life evidence. Create triggers. Just open and close your fingers once every time you appreciate something, so that you have some physical evidence. You've done something, yeah, I've just done something. Or blink. You can then, as long as you're tying, it could be in your head, the appreciation, like appreciating this car in my head. But if I just lock it down with a blink, I've just practiced giving myself actual hard evidence. This is very important. People miss this very easily. Create your own personal triggers. It's literally like dog training. If you want to find out what that is, it's the same thing as you can research click training for dogs. Clicker training for dogs, something like that. Where every time you want to teach the dog something, there's a clicker. It goes, or it's a click that you click it, and then the dog learns that way. You're doing exactly the same with yourself. But train this you must. And if you establish firm foundations now within yourself, your later stages will be quicker and deeper. I feel like this topic has been a bit vaguer than I would like. Usually I like to talk about actual hard road work, when it comes to living. Otherwise it's useless. It's just mind junk. So I hope this doesn't remain just mind junk for you. And you watch this video and you go away, oh, Anaam's a great guy. Oh, videos are great. Or Anaam's a stupid guy. I don't like this. Whatever stuff, just noodles that you cook in your head. I hope you don't stay there and you kind of translate this into your life. Brushing my teeth life. Going to the dentist life. The actual life. Otherwise it's no good. It's no use. Right? Let me know in the comments what you think of this video. And I will see you in the next one. Walk in freedom. Farewell.